And Bear's the first to leave and continue down the track. And to jump a hedge hurdle. She jumps a hedge hurdle. And the league has come out swinging in race 1 of round 3. She puts distance between herself and Ginger to give her time for the hedge, which she cleans just fine and sets a better time than Bear did in race 1. And you have to be asking yourself now, what can't these pigs do? They're on a tail and they catch up on the mountain as well. And Bear looks like she's fading a bit and a record's being broken on the mountain. Hello and welcome to the Season 5 finals of League of Pigs. A season that has thrown such a variety of obstacles at these pigs. It's hard to keep track. We started with the mini mountain and we have now come to a place where the pigs are doing chicanes and jumping hedges. And if you look at those points, it couldn't be closer. Ginger, Hoshi and Smalls are within 4 points of each other. And even Bear is in danger of getting a podium position if one of the big three slip up over these next 7 races. But let's stop looking at the points table and crack on with what promises to be an explosive finale to this amazing season. The first race of the finals begins and Bear gets a good start. No, Bear gets a great start. She pulls away from the rest of them. Piggy Smalls has a bad start, but he's now looking to try and overtake Hoshi on that mountain, which he does a brilliant job of actually as he gets to the end. And Bear gets a record as well. It's an explosive start to these finals, both for Bear and Piggy Smalls. Piggy Smalls with that fantastic overtake towards the end there, and Bear who sets a record. And you can see from the points that means that the top 3 pigs are on exactly the same points. And Bear gets yet another win this season, which means she ties with Piggy Smalls for the most amount of wins in Season 5. If this is a taste of the finals, we are going to be in for a treat here. It's the pig of last race, Bear Trotsky, the cheeky little pig. If you were to listen to the staff at the league, they will quite happily tell you that Bear takes the most amount of time to manage. So much time, in fact, that she actually takes up more time than nearly all the other pigs put together. That's how difficult Bear is to manage. And that mischievous glance tells me that she might be aware that that's the case. But whatever Russia is doing right now is clearly working. Bear is doing well on the mini mountain. She has won a hedge race, although she's come last in one. And I suppose that's the key point, isn't it? If they can fix her consistency, they're on to a winner. But we will leave Bear with her tree and her concrete block, and we will head over to race 2. The second race begins and they all get decent starts, especially Bear and Peppa here on the near side as they approach the chicanes here. But that's beautiful by Piggy Smalls, who dances around those chicanes and takes the racing line off them all. And he cleans the hedge nicely to set a record. Of course you'd set a record when you do stuff like that. Piggy Smalls is clinical in race 2 and he doesn't leave anything to chance here. It's the 3rd time he's seen it and he looks like he's been doing it for the whole season. Piggy Smalls uses his weight to take the racing line off Bear and Peppa, and then he goes around those chicanes and pirouettes round them. It's a spectacle to see, and I think we know now which pig has got the double on the mind here. Peppa has been tasked to excavate this large rock on top of the hill, and currently that rock has been causing delays for the pigs in their pursuit to try and reduce the hill by 2 feet. Peppa's been working round the clock as this rock has become quite the bottleneck and is stopping the pigs from finishing their project on time. And you can't help feel that she's putting so much energy into it that it's probably going to take away from her racetrack performance. But she does look passionate, so you can't really blame her. But that's enough insight into Peppa's working day. We'll need to go over to race 3 now. The pin's pulled and the door takes a while to drop here. And it's still not being dropped, but Ginger drops it, and all of them get half-decent starts, but especially Bear in the middle, pulling forward now. Piggy Smalls looks a little dangerous on the near side, though, and he's going to challenge Bear, but he's not going to be able to do it because Bear's pace, and Bear takes it. And that means Bear goes back on top for the most amount of wins this season. And actually, I think she passes Hoshi. Yes, she does. She passes Hoshi for a podium position, which for Bear at the finals is unheard of. So everything from here is a bonus for Russia, who must be loving this season right now. And I tell you what, Piggy Smalls would be worried if he wasn't finishing top 2 in these races, because Bear is the only pig that showed up to these finals and is the only one that's challenging him right now. It's the dig leader, Hoshi, making sure that everything's going to plan. He's the guy that makes the decisions, it's his hill, and everybody else just has to live on it. Hoshi Oinku is searching for the best positions, and you see this a lot. He'll do a lot of dipping between different locations. I have no idea why, but then again, I'm not the expert of the hill, so what would I know? And this might explain why he's not doing great in the finals, because he's just spending so much time and energy on the hill. But if he wants to do that, that's what he's going to do. At the end of the day, we're not here to force anyone to do anything. And there's no doubt that it is quite impressive what he's achieved. I could watch him all day, but we do need to crack on with these finals. The fourth race begins, and Piggy Smalls and Peppa get the best starts, but Bear's also looking dangerous on the far side. She takes the racing line off Smalls and continues with it, and is on her own here for the hedge, but Piggy Smalls on her tail. Will he overtake her? No, he won't, and she sets a record as well. She's taken the record back on Piggy Smalls and shaves 4 milliseconds. And look at them. They're across the trough from each other. They don't even want to be next to each other. You can't help feel that this is getting personal now, as it's just either Bear or Smalls that get the 1-2. And it's very reminiscent of season 1, round 2, where Piggy Smalls dominates the season, but Bear gave him a bloody nose by winning race after race in the final few. But one thing is for sure, Piggy Smalls won't take that lying down. The cameraman's come over to the points leaders, and you can feel the tension in the air between these two. Oh, no, it's gone. It's gone. Piggy Smalls has tested Bear, and Bear's having none of it, it looks like. In fact, Piggy Smalls looks uncomfortable. He doesn't know where to stand, and look at that by Bear. How she springs off her back feet. Look at Piggy Smalls. He hits her, and it doesn't look much, but it lifts her off her feet a little bit. And then Bear's almost cold with it. She lets it settle for a second before doing a show of force. And what a show of force it is. We've seen Piggy Smalls do this when he's in the finals. He's looking for any advantage he can do over the smaller pigs. And just a side note, poor Peppa, who's calm as a cucumber throughout and just carries on eating, then gets smacked by Piggy Smalls as he goes flying. We must get on with these finals though. Pins pulled, door goes down, Piggy Smalls gets the better start out of the two of them, but Bear pushes through Ginger and Peppa here, gets out in front for this mountain, but then Piggy Smalls overtakes her on the mountain, and he's out in front. He's probably going to do it as well, which he does. He sets another record. We've had 4 records in 5 races in this final, and Bear takes Piggy Smalls' record on the hedge, and so Piggy Smalls answers back and takes her record on the mountain. You are watching 2 pigs that have stopped being bothered about this championship now and are just solely concerned with outdoing each other. This is how it's going, and these two are just slugging at each other now, throwing haymakers left, right and centre. An exceptional performance by Piggy Smalls, who takes back his lead, and he is now 10 points clear in the final 2 races. Oh, it's Ginger. I forgot Ginger existed for a minute. Normally we're talking about Ginger non-stop because he's always in the top 2 pigs. But this might be the first season that's not the case. And while Ginger is playing with those dock leaves, I've been asked by the league to say that if you've enjoyed these finals, and given the last few races, I'm going to make a leap and say that you have, then please do consider liking the video and even subscribing, because it helps the league and the pigs out. Regardless, let's head over to the second to last race. The penultimate race begins, and immediately Piggy Smalls and Bear try to go to the front to get the racing line for these chicanes, which Piggy Smalls gets. No, Bear gets it, but Piggy Smalls tries to spin Bear, but Bear shrugs him off. Piggy Smalls is gaining on the hedge though, but Trotsky with the record! What a simply sublime performance by the Russian! And Piggy Smalls doesn't know how to handle this now. Piggy Smalls is done with this new Bear. He's gone across the other side of the trough. And you have to be crazy to write her off at this point, regardless of the points difference, as they head into the final race. And this is against a pig like Piggy Smalls, who is such a powerful young man. Goodness gracious me, you will not see a pig race as good as that one for a long, long time. Let me promise you that. And if you are ever in doubt about why you watch this league, you just need to look at moments like this, and it will answer all of your questions. I am on the verge of having a stroke. The final is that good. After that last race, you'd be forgiven in thinking that Piggy Smalls has lost this competition, but nothing could be further from the truth in reality. Piggy Smalls has had a fantastic finals, and it means that he's 7 points ahead as they head into the final race. Not only that, Piggy Smalls holds the record for the mini mountain track, which is the next race type coming up. So Bear quite literally has a mountain to climb if she's to win the championship. And while Piggy Smalls is eating these brambles, let's take a moment to appreciate this great man. He has achieved every single position he has got after season 1 with a handicap, and most of the time that's just applied to him. Many Piggy Smalls fans find this an injustice to this great sportsman, while others feel that it's completely fair given his big size. But regardless, there's no denying how strong he is as a pig racer. Let us see if he moves his legacy forward by heading over to the final race of season 5. The final race begins, and there's a crush up on the far side, and it's worked out well for Bear. She's going to need to win it, but she's looking okay. Piggy Smalls just needs to get 4th, and he's won this season, but he's struggling to get round the pigs, and he's trying to cut through Peppa and Hoshi, but he gets crushed out, and he drops out of this season in spectacular fashion. Bear Trotsky wins season 5. I feel ashamed of doubting Bear after a performance like that in these finals. 64 points she scored. It's an unheard of amount in this league right now. Others will think this is an orchestrated win, but nothing could be further from the truth. This is how Bear performed when faced with chicanes and hills, and she came out kicking. Gone are the days where she's a non-starter, and all hail the new champion of the League of Pigs. Bear Trotsky wins the championship on 172 points. It's not the biggest score we've ever seen, but let's face it, this was one of the hardest seasons the Pigs have ever faced. It was a complete grind from start to finish. And out of those ashes, Bear rises to claim her first ever championship. Bear proves to us all it doesn't matter how slow you start, how many times you fail, they will be outshone by your successes. And this was a great time to shine. And to all those Bear fans out there that stuck with her when there was no hope, your day shines all the brighter because of it. But enough with my babble. Let us pay tribute to this great pig, Bear. He takes the racing line off Smalls and continues with, and is on the road here for the hedge, but Piggy Smalls on a tail. Will he overtake her? No, he won't. And she sets a record as well. Here as he gets off it, he's very ahead of Bear, but Bear answers back actually and takes it. In fact, she's overtaken the Mexican, but will she keep this pace up? Because Peppa's looking dangerous as well, but Bear takes it. Bear gets it, but Piggy Smalls tries to spin Bear, but Bear shrugs him off. Piggy Smalls is gaining on the hedge though, but Trotsky with the record! What a simply sublime performance by the Russian!